welcome back. You join me here at Temple Lake at Buryhill Fisheries, where I'll be trying to catch a carp or two. It's the 30th of December. You know, it's really mild, so we're going to give it a go. I'll give you a quick look at the place. This is the deep end of the part of the lake. It depths down to sort of 10 foot near the outflow, and then it gradually comes up about 7 foot, and then you got average depth down the other end of about 5 foot. So I've chosen this end because I've seen a couple of fish top here in the last half an hour. Nothing much, but it's the only place I've seen fish do that, so I'm gonna start here. Right, I'll show you the little rig I'm going to be using. It's like a stiff hinge Ronnie rig. It's size 4 hook, nice big hook, nice sharp hook, 12mm pop up. I'm using a little yellow Northern Special pop up because I'm using hemp and corn in the mix, and they're going to be searching out little bits of yellow, so I'm going to sort of match that with a little pop up. Then the leads are 4 ounce flat square leads. It's going to sit down nicely on top of anything, and it's fish drop off style, so nice big heavy lead. Fish initially hooks itself, but then I don't want them to be able to use the lead to get rid of the hook, so I'm fishing it drop off, so they get hooked, shake the head, the lead will fall off. And then no leader, just straight through 18-pound fluorocarbon, blobber putty about 18 inches down, another blobber putty about 18 inches down, just to keep it all pinned down around the area they'll be feeding. This rig's going to go out onto a spot down to the right near the deeper area where I've seen a few you know, blips, a few little fish probably, hopefully carp. I'll put that one down there, you know, a good rod length off of the reeds, because that's the sort of distance I saw the swells on the bottom of the shelf. Put a bit of hemp and corn around it with a few 10mm live system boilies, and then hopefully we'll get a take. Right, bait. I'm using a bait boat for accuracy. I've got a little fish finder on there, so I can get it exactly the position I want, the depth I want. So I'll show you that a little bit later. But right, the bait. I've got the rig in the boat, ready to go. There's the hemp and corn I've been talking about, with some salt which I added after I split it. A little bit of hemp oil. Lovely. Boilies, little 10mm live system boilies, good winter bait, really nutty. I've glugged them in the Amino 365 to soften them up and give a little bit more traction too. So, right. So I'm going to put, not a lot, just I don't know, a few handfuls. A few handfuls for now. Just a few. A couple of little handfuls of 10 minutes. You know, just to see what's going on first. A bit later I might put a little bit more bait out, but as I've only just got here, I'm gonna just keep it little, and then you can always put more in, but you can't take it out. Alright, let's get that rod out. Right, so I'm going to talk you through the spots I'm fishing and a little bit about the lake and the fish that are in here. So I'll show you my spots first. Right, the first spot is see that tip of the reeds there. See that tip of the reeds? It's about a rod length out there. So I saw some fish over the back there. But, that's his water, so I can't. That's the furthest I can really go down. It's got one in the margins just off of them reeds, about a rod length and a half out, in 5 foot of water. Right, the second one is, see that tree there? It's about 2 rod lengths out at the bottom of the shelf, in about 6.8 feet of water. And I think I've had a few fish on that spot since I've been there, because I've had a few bleeps and I've got some oil in my hemp, and I've had a couple of little flat spots come up indicating something's disturbing it down there. So you never know, fingers crossed on that one. The third spot is that birch, silver birch there, that same distance, same sort of depth, because I've had them sort of occurrences on the other rods, so I've just spread them out 20 yards apart, same depth, same amount of bait. That's them 2 spots. So this end of the lake is out in the middle there, you got about 10 foot, around the margins you've got about 3 or 4 foot, and it steadily slopes off, coming up to about sort of 7 foot in front of me here, 7.8, sort of deepest, and then it gets shallower as it goes down the lake, because that's the dam end of the lake. That is the shallower end of the lake, right down there. Average sort of depth's 4 or 5 foot right down the other end, but you've still got sort of 6s halfway down, and the same as you come up back round the other side of the lake. It's got 3 islands. I think it's probably about, it's got to be 5.5 acres, 6 acres maybe. Fish stock is fish stock's around 100, just over 100 fish. 2 topping 40 pound. About a dozen 30 pounders, and quite a few 25 to 30 pounders. But there's one called Nemo, which is a nice fish. There's one called the Ghost Common, which is they're the 2 40 pounders. And you've got the double row linear, they're upper 30s. There's a lot of other scaly 30s in here, and they've stocked a few fully scaled, upper 20 fully scaleds in here this year. There's quite a bit to go at, quite a little, small, intimate little water. So fingers crossed I'll get one of them to show you. Just made myself a coffee. So 12 o'clock now. Still no fish. The only occurrence I've had is on that middle rod, where I had those flat spots and those few bleeps, but that's it really. I do think that was a fish, but it's obviously got away with it. Hopefully it comes back for another feed later. I haven't brought it in, because you never know. I think the time it was there and the amount of flat spots, I think there's probably still a little bit of bait out there, so I'm going to leave it. Left hand rod, nothing. Right hand rod down the margin, nothing. I've not seen any fish or any showing. There's nothing to go on really. I've just got to stick to what I'm doing and be confident in what I'm doing is right. So I'll drink my coffee and see what happens, but I'll get back to you in a bit. Right, the weather for this time of the year is pretty mild. We've got 12 degrees today at the moment, so that's pretty good for the end of December, coming into January. A couple of weeks ago we had some real heavy frosts, and then we've had about a week of low, mild, wet sort of pressure weather. You know, so I'm going on the lines. I'm thinking, you know, they've got to feed at some point, and this is probably the best sort of time for them to feed. So that's why I've chosen to come down here this weekend, because of the weather. The weather's on my side. I mean, it's not great weather to be out there because it's wet and windy, but fishing weather, I think wet in the winter, wet, windy and mild is the key really. I mean, there are some hardcore anglers out there that go no matter you know what weather, you know, minuses, half frozen lakes, but I don't get a great deal of time, so I like to pick and choose the best times to go really. So if you want a little tip and you haven't got a lot of time, I would pick in the winter if you can see a mild spell where the temperatures are up and it's cloudy and raining. That's when I choose to go. Right, so I'm using the Angling Techniques Mark III micro cap bait boat. I'm using it basically because I've got a fish finder on it. I'm not using the fish finder to find the fish. It's more to tell me water temperature, finding features. It can pinpoint all those little deep silty areas, or those shallow gravelly or clay hard spots. It's a really good piece of kit, and it's accurate. In the winter you're not putting a lot of bait out, you want it to be accurate. You know, a handful of bait, you know, that handful of bait is bang over the top of your rig. This is the handset you get with it, and you can see all the bottom. It shows you all the contours, which I'll show you when I've got it out next. I'll show you the picture in it, and it shows you the depth, the water temperature, and it also picks up if there's any fish in the area with a little fish icon, which is pretty good. So if you're after accurate, you know, accurate baiting, then I couldn't recommend using a bait boat enough. I wouldn't use it. I wouldn't use it otherwise. If you want that tight sort of baiting approach, then a bait boat's definitely the one. Right, so the bivvy arm, well, brolly system I'm using is the Witchwood deploy. You know, I basically really want to get a brolly system with an outer skin, a winter skin. See that? It's got the cavity. Stop condensation inside when you're in there at night. The last thing you want is water dripping down on your head. It's a pretty good bivvy. I've had it probably 6 months now. Still going strong. It looks good. You know, it looks the part, I think. Very carpy. Plenty of space inside for, you know, you can do a wiggy if you wanted to. So yeah, good bivvy. Right, so just gone 1 o'clock. Still nothing, right? Nothing to report as such. I've had a few little oil slicks come up off of my spots, well, the middle rod, but no takes yet. No one else no one else on the lake. I haven't heard anyone else on the lake catch anything. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 4 other people on, including me. That's 5. We're all pretty spaced out, which is good. So if the fish are in one sort of certain area, we'll find them. But yeah, no, have a look around. See the old lake there, through there. I'll zoom in. See the boathouse through the trees there, and David's house in the background there. It's the old lake. Anyone can fish that on a day ticket. Don't have to be a member. And then up here you've got the Temple Lake, which you have to be a Carp Club member. It's £50 for the year, and then you pay as you go, which I don't think is too bad. Nice little water. You know, you can book a place. You can't book swims, but you can book a place, and then you know when you get here there will be a swim free. I think they don't fully book it. I think they leave a few swims free. So there's always a choice of a few rather than just one if it's full. So I've done a couple of sessions down that end. A couple over there where you can see that bivvy over there. And I've still not had anything yet. It's quite hard. There's another bivvy there. That. Temple is a bit of a bad omen for me at the moment, so I'm hoping to break that omen and have a fish or two. But the weather's spot on for it, so it looks lovely down there, doesn't it? Yes, I've got one just there off that tip of the reeds. I've got one there, that's the one I've been having the oil slicks on, about 2 rod lengths out. I've got one just a couple of rod lengths to the left towards that silver birch. So yeah, just gonna have to sit on my hands and wait unless I see anything. I've not seen anything else move or stick its head out anywhere really. I mean, I can't see right down the other end of the lake, but what I can see in front of me, like I say, I've seen a fish down there this morning near the outflow, just behind it actually. That was the only show this morning. That's what made me set up here, because obviously I couldn't set up in that one over there. And then obviously my little occurrence is on the middle rod on that out of that tree, which was definitely a fish. It might have been a small one, I don't know, but it was definitely something eating the bait and disturbing it to send up that oil slick. But it's a lovely little water. It's reed fringed. You know, in the summer it's just lovely. Them reeds are really tall in the summer. You've got reeds all the way along the island there in that little bay. Trees, some more reeds there. Some reeds off the corner there. And look, you've got a nice reed bed down there into that bay, which is lovely. Look at these reeds here. That bloke just popping his head out of the bivvy there, probably hear me talking. I'm being as quiet as I can, to be honest. Otherwise you won't be able to hear me if I whisper, but oh well. But yeah, gonna just have another cup of tea. Just starting to get dark now. Done the rods about 20 minutes ago. Move one down to my left. See if I can move that and you can have a look. Move my left hand rod down to my left. So if you just make out some dying lilies down there, and I've got mine just off of them. Just off of them over there. So there's no one fishing down there. The other one's still out there. And the big tree in between two green bushes. And same, got that one down in the same spot. So it's very mild. It's still like 10 degrees. The water temperature's about 7.5. So hopefully they'll be feeding. But I'm going to get a kettle on. Get in my home for the night. Get a kettle on. And hopefully I'll be waking up in the night to show you a fish. Right, another good tip for you, lighting. Make sure you get yourself a decent light. If you're going to do long winter, long winter nights, then you've got to get yourself a decent light that's going to last and you can recharge it. It's not going to cost you a fortune. So the one I've got is the Ridge Monkey with the remote and the digital display on the side, tells you how much battery life you've got left. It's got bright white, dim white. It's got dim red, bright red. So, I mean, it doesn't show up on the camera as being dim, but it's quite a nice low little light, that is. But actually bright, as you can see, it's really bright. So, if you're going to do long winter nights, then I suggest you get yourself a decent light. It's rechargeable. It displays what's left on it. I charge it up every session just to make sure it's got 100%, keep it topped up. So that's the bivvy light. So next is the head torch. The Ridge Monkey head torch again. It's got that one. I think it's brighter, and then even brighter. And then double click, green, dim green, bright green, which is pretty good outside, doesn't do your eyes in. Same with the red on the bivvy light. When you've got red on inside, when you go outside, it's not so bad on the eyes. So put the red on, and when you go out, it's not so bad on the eyes. So that's another good tip. So that's the Ridge Monkey bivvy light and Ridge Monkey head torch, both rechargeable. Head torch has got a little indicator as well that tells you how much battery life's left. It's USB chargeable as well, so you can charge it in the car or with a power pack. Really handy bit of kit. Right, so it's the morning of the second day and still nothing. Last night was a really windy night with torrential rain, so the rods were bleeping all night with the wind, so I wouldn't even know if I had any liners, but yeah, nothing. It's wind's calmed down a bit now. It stopped raining. Still looks good for a bite, but gonna just give it a go. See, I'm not gonna bring the rods in. I'm gonna leave them out on the spots. I'll put a nice little bit of bait around them yesterday, so there's no point bringing them in, redoing them. Just gonna leave them there, keep the disturbance to a minimum, and sit on my hands and wait. Let's have a little look at the lake this morning. If I was a carp, I'd be down there out of that wind, because that wind's a little bit cold now, but I do have a rod out of that wind, just in that, just there, so you never know. Just on the marginal shelf, about 5 foot, about halfway up the depth, it's about 10 foot in the middle. Yeah, very quiet really. So fingers crossed, last couple of hours we might get something. Right, so we've got about an hour left. All the gears loaded onto the barrow, ready to go. Rods still left left out on the spots. So we've got about an hour, maybe 2 hours before we have to go, so still time. Still, you know, if you've got a rig in the water, you've got a chance. So just want to take this opportunity to thank everyone that's, you know, taking the time out to watch my video and beared with my video skills and my confidence at the moment. I'm hoping it will get better in time and bring you better videos as I go along. But if you have, you know, enjoyed watching this or want to see more, then please don't forget to subscribe. But we've still got an hour left, so I, you know, I should hopefully get back to you with a fish. Fingers crossed. So an hour to go. Right, so I'm afraid that's it for this episode. Just want to thank everyone for watching. No carp this time, but hopefully next time I get back here we get a carp or two. I'm probably planning to come back here over the next couple of weeks. I really want to try and catch one of them nice fish in here. So bye for now.